Here. It is Happy National Tax Day. So we got like 3 extra days this year. So today, to like and comment on this post, go ahead and tell me if you have your taxes already in, or you're going to be standing in line to get them postmarked today, or if you like to get yours redone really, really early. Because I know it's a dividing line. Either people get them done as soon as they get all their information, or they wait to the last minute to do their taxes here in the US. All right, so how can I stop being so easily distracted? And I'm going to raise up the thing that gives us the most easily distracted thing, our cell phone. When I was in school, we learned about this, science experiment, with dogs. When they would ring a bell or a button would light up, a treat would come out. So they would ring a bell or a button would light up, and immediately after, a treat would come out. So they did that for a while, and then eventually the bell would ring or the light would come on, and no treat would come. But what they learned was it got the same response. So before they rang a bell, the dog began to salivate and a treat came out. So there was a sound, there was a reaction. The dog, him or her, salivated, and they got a reward. Then they took the sound, the dog still salivated, and there was no reward. This was called Pavlov's dogs. And I always thought it was interesting that you are conditioning something, a thing with a brain, an animal with a brain, to do something. When I do this sound, you will have this reaction. And sometimes you may or may not get the reward for it. I always thought it was weird. I was like, that just seems so mean. Like you're conditioning them to do something and they never get the reward. It just didn't seem like fun training to me, because if you've ever done dog training, like they always usually get to a reward. And then I guess you space it out, but they always get something. They don't ever get nothing, but you got the same reaction. Well, I was thinking about this because we had a really bad storm probably a couple of years ago, and we had a lightning strike. It almost sounded like it was right in the backyard. And it wasn't. It was still probably a couple of miles away, but it was so loud and so fierce that now we have a dog that he hears drops of rain. He instantly goes into shaking, because now he has conditioned himself that rain equals lightning and thunder. And it's not. Sometimes there's lightning and thunder, and sometimes it's just rain. But he is conditioned that it's time to freak out. It's time to be scared. It's just amazing that he conditioned his own self to think that rain equals trouble for him, and it doesn't always mean that. So then I was thinking, I was like, how do we get so easily distracted? Well, you know what it is? We pick up this device that has literally bells and whistles on it. We hear a ting, we hear a ding, and we immediately pick it up and get distracted. So we've made our own selves Pavlov's dogs. So my number one tip for not being distracted, if you see my phone or my phones, because I have two, I don't have notifications on. I don't have sounds on. I don't have anything on. I go and look for it. Every once in a while, I go look and see if I have a text message. Every once in a while, I see if I have a notification or something by going into the app that I use. The only one that's allowed to have like silent notifications is my weather app. It tells me like rain is starting in the next 10 minutes, or there's a tornado warning. Every other sound is turned off on my phone because I saw that I was conditioning myself. This goes ding, and I look at it no matter what I'm doing. This goes ding, and I look at it. I didn't want to be a slobbering dog waiting for my dopamine hit. I wanted to be in control of what I do. So mine doesn't have any sound. I still get everybody's text messages. I mostly get everybody's notification they sent through an app. But I get it on my time when I have the time to do it, not when I'm driving down the car and it dings at me, or I walk down to the kitchen and it dings at me. It ding, 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 ding. I mean, you could hear it all day long on your phone. Ding, 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 ding. If you have more than 2 apps between text messages and things like that. My phone does ring because I'm old school and old. My phone rings because you ring a ringing phone, you can answer it. But now with cell phones, it can ring all the time. So I get to choose if I'm in a place where I can answer the phone. It's not like the wired one attached to my wall when I was growing up. Like in a ring, you had to ring because you're going to miss the person. And you had no idea who was calling because there was no such thing as caller ID. I know, I'm ancient. I suspect you might be ancient like me too if you're listening to me. So that's my number one tip on how to stop being so easily distracted. And we don't want to be a slobbering dog. We want to be able to take control of our own life and be able to do life on our own terms. So I have a group called Moms in the Middle. We're all learning tips and tricks from each other and imparting wisdom to each other to navigate life with aging parents. So join the group. The link is in the description of this video. And I will see you guys all tomorrow. Love you all. Bye.